Well, hello everybody, and today we have got something special. I am joined by our very own Tony Hill. Hello,
Yeah,
Tony.
it's good to be with you today.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Doing great.
Good man, good man. We are going to have lots of questions for you.
Oh,
It's
no.
almost like, have you seen the program This Is Your Life?
Oh, yeah.
It's not going to be quite like that. But,
Oh,
you
you're
know.
not going to bring all these guests in on me, are
Here's somebody you haven't seen for a long time.
no.
No, thankfully not. We are going to have lots of questions about worship.
Oh, yes?
Because that's what tonight is really all about.
I see.
We're going to hear some songs from you because you've
Yes,
picked two songs
yes, I've chosen two.
that you worship songs that you love.
Yeah.
But first, before we get started, everybody, I thought we'd ask you some questions just about your life, your background, and how, in the Christian world, we would say it's your testimony. So are you ready for your first question?
Yes.
Good, man. Here we go. Are you ready? Can you tell us a little bit about your life before you became a Christian?
Yes. Can I go right back to the very beginning?
Do it. Go
I was
to the
born
beginning.
in 1944. I was born into a loving family. I can remember loving my mum and dad, and I was the youngest of 5 children.
Oh, I didn't realise.
But they were all older than me.
Yeah.
The first were 18 years older than me, and then the youngest, Barbara, of those 4,
Yeah.
11 years. So I grew up in a house with adults,
Well,
really.
yeah.
And I have confessed many times that I think I was spoiled. And if there's anybody out there spoiling the children,
Yeah.
don't do it, because you've got to fight it as you're getting older.
Yeah.
You don't get things when you think about it just like that.
That's true.
So yes, I grew up in this loving family. We moved from Portobello Estate to Eastmoor Estate, and that's where I remember really growing up.
So you've been in Wakefield
Been Wakefield all my life.
all
yeah,
the time then,
yeah. Started school, went to St Mary's, then went to Heathview on Eastmoor Estate, and then finished off at the Cathedral School,
Oh, super.
which we used to call
Go on.
Wakefield Borstal.
Right.
Because I don't think it was, looking back, it wasn't a right good school, but that's where I went. And I don't think I excelled really at lessons and anything, but I was good at sport.
Okay.
So I shone at rugby, can I
Yes.
put it that way.
Oh, I did know you were a
Thought
rugby
I
man.
was
Yeah,
one of
yeah,
the
yeah.
lads, tough and ready, and that's one of the things I became, just one of the lads.
Yeah. I see, yeah. So at what point then of your growing up, when was the first moment that you really encountered God for the first time? Because were you in a Christian house or not?
I remember that the other 4, they lived on Bellevue before I was born, and Mum and Dad used to send them to the Methodist Church.
Okay, yeah.
Oxford Street Methodist Church.
Right.
So they went to
Oh, so
Sunday
they
school.
did go.
Yeah. But when I was born, I can't remember anything about church.
Yeah.
All I know is I was in a loving family.
Yeah.
One that loved me and wanted the best for me.
Yeah.
But never, ever encountered God in any way.
So what was that? When was that first time you ever remember either being in a church or somebody talking about God or?
Yeah. I suppose apart from going to church for weddings and Christmas
Yeah, of
and
course,
that.
yeah, all the classics, Easter,
But,
Christmas.
I mean, I grew up and then I left school, started work, and I think I just became one of the lads.
Right.
And I think that's where I formed my opinion that there wasn't a God.
Right. Yeah. You were very much of the opposite opinion.
I was proud
yeah.
to say I was an atheist.
Right.
And I think it's the news at the time, everything that used to happen.
Yeah.
If there's a God, why does this happen, But I think the first time I really, truly encountered God and started to really seriously think, is there a God, is when a young man started at our place.
Yeah.
And
at work, you
At
mean?
work.
Oh, right.
And I still remember my first boss's name, Jack Smith. He called me to the office and said, we've got a young lad started.
Okay.
And I'm going to put him with you.
Okay.
So, yeah, he put him with me, and he had a right testimony.
Wow.
So that's what got me thinking, I wonder if. I think when you're an atheist, I think the next stage is agnostic, if I'm right. You know, where one day you believe there's a God, and the next
Yeah.
day you don't believe there's a God.
Interesting. Yeah.
But there's that change, and that change came for me.
Right.
Yeah, but it's when I was working. So I'm in my early 20s now.
Yeah.
Married,
Yeah.
mortgage,
Yeah.
a child, and that's when I really had to face
Wow.
the question:
Yeah.
Is there a God? Because in my world, God was for older people.
Yeah. It's the old folk that go to church. And
That was, and I think the enemy of our souls, he does give you thoughts to build up brick walls to keep God out, and
Yeah.
that was my biggest one. It's for old people.
Interesting.
In fact, there was a Methodist, Fred, they called him. I haven't
Yeah.
forgot him.
Yeah.
Just a cleaner in the garage, and every time he saw me,
Yeah.
he used to be talking about church and God,
Wow.
and I didn't want to be nasty to him. I
No,
didn't
no,
want
no.
to be. And yeah, okay, Fred. I don't think it's for me at
You
this
don't
moment.
want to hear it.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it. So, so that's the first time.
Wow. So it came through, not through church really then.
No.
It came through just having conversations with folk at work and then just out and about really. It was
He was younger than me.
wow.
That was it's as if my walls started to crumble.
Interesting. Yeah.
This, if I can tell you about him now, this man, Cliff Sharrett from Normanton. He lived on Normanton Estate, and there was a big. They got up one day. I think it was at weekend, and 12 of them were going out on the night on the town, like I used to be doing.
Yeah.
And there was this big tent erected on the green outside one of the pubs, anyway. And they thought, oh, come on, let's go in for a laugh before we go out on the drink.
Yeah.
And a Scottish evangelist, Danny McVicker.
Right. What a name.
People
What a
might
name.
get, he had a right testimony, you know. He got kicked out of his house once he became a Christian because his house, his family, communists.
Were really against it.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the thing is, half of them got saved.
Wow.
Half of them were so impressed that they gave their
That's
lives
incredible.
and he was one of them.
Yeah.
And that was the lad who came to Belle Isle to work
Yeah.
and started talking to me.
Wow.
So I can see God in that.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no other way around that when they have a testimony like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Next question. So you started to hear about God from these people. Was there a moment then when you really gave your life, you made that decision to give your life to Jesus? Can you remember that? Can you tell us about that?
I can. So he started work with me, we're working, and day one, you're talking, getting to know one another. And I thought, I recognise you.
Yeah.
He played for Normanton rugby.
Yeah.
And I played down at Wakefield.
Of course you did, yeah.
I thought, I've played rugby against you. So we'd got that in common.
Yeah.
And then it was, where did you go last night? Or where did you go at the weekend?
Okay.
And I'm telling him where I'd been and what I'd done with my life. And he said, we've been to church and done this, and we've been to church and done that. And I thought, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Church, is this...
What, again?
Yeah, yes, he's... has he lost the plot? And I've got to admit, I went through a period for the first few days working with him that is a bit, over the top, eccentric.
Okay. Yeah.
Losing his mind. But then, as the days and the weeks, I think it was about 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, when I started to think, something, if there is a God, I want to know him.
Yeah. Wow.
And I can feel myself welling up now inside. Yeah. But it was when I went to bed that night, and you heard this testimony from many a people, the curtains, just before you close them, I looked out into the starry sky, and I thought, God, if you're out there, I truly, really want to know you.
Wow.
And it was the following day. We were at work and he started again with talking. Not heavy.
Yeah.
It just started. And so have you thought about what I've said and what's happened to me? Gave my life to Jesus. I says, I have. And I want to do it.
Wow.
Oh, great, he says. So I got down on my knees.
Right.
In the garage.
Wow.
While we were working. And for the first time, he was embarrassed. He said, no, get up. You no need to kneel down,
Yeah.
you know, and put your
Yeah.
hands together.
Wow.
Just ask him into your house. So he told me how to pray. And I prayed the prayer, and I really meant it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I clocked off at work and I was walking home, I thought, something has happened.
Something's changed.
The spirit that Ephesians, it tells you that
Yeah.
your spirit's dead.
Yeah.
And you've got one, but it's dead.
Yeah.
And I realised when I was walking home, something's happened. The sky looked bluer,
Wow.
trees looked greener, everything changed. And I thought, I've come alive in
Yeah.
God. And I realised that. And that was my start
Wow.
of my journey with God.
On that journey then, what were sort of the biggest changes that you noticed, aside from the sky being bluer and the trees being greener? Talking about yourself now, you know, what were those, would you say were the biggest changes that you felt within you?
Oh, there were so many practical changes, you know. If I can just go back to before, I wanted to say that when I first got saved and went to church,
Yeah.
we just sang hymns.
Yeah, of
There were
course.
no songs, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
the early 60s. Well, there weren't anyway. And there was a hymn about sky being bluer, you know.
Oh, really?
So I thought, oh, that's what I felt, you know.
Yeah.
So a guy 200 years ago must
Was
have
right in the same.
experienced.
And
if he's
this is
wrote
what
it.
I mean. It
Yeah.
must be a very common thing to feel, you know.
So straight away, the big changes, that's what you asked into in my life.
Yeah.
Being a rugby player, it wasn't far off going to Wembley.
Oh,
And, well, if I can tell you and talk about
yeah.
BC, Life Before Christ,
Yeah.
Wembley was getting drunk,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
going out of the town and going to see the
Yeah.
cup final.
Right.
Well, in my days, I think, well, I was down at Wake for years, but never got into the first team. The first team was the team then.
Okay.
Went to Wembley 3 years on trot.
Wow. And you used to go with them, I'm guessing.
And so I think the enemy started on me straight away.
Yeah.
He says, you know, you'll not be able to get drunk now.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I accepted that,
Okay.
you know. But I've got to admit that I still drank,
Yeah.
but not to the extent where
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going on,
Yeah.
you know. So that was one of the big... I started to realise I smoked.
Yep.
I can remember trying, if I can just share this story with you.
Yeah.
When I started work, my father was a miner,
All right.
but my eldest sister, Dora, worked at Bellard Garage in the offices. She got him a job in the paint shop.
Okay.
And he was what we call a brush hand.
Okay.
And so we're going to work. We goes down to the end of the road, got on a bus, and I smoked then at school.
Okay.
And
Uh-oh.
and so I'm just going upstairs. Well, in those days you could smoke upstairs,
Right.
and so I went upstairs. My dad must have known I was smoking,
Yeah.
but never challenged me, you know.
Okay.
And I can remember. So I'm 15 or 16, and I was sat behind this elderly guy smoking, and he was coughing, and coughing, and coughing. He just nicely got settled down
Yeah.
on his chest. And then he took another drag, as we call it,
No
of his
way.
cigarette and started again.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm sat behind him, this young teenager
Thinking,
thinking, if I'm going to end up like that, I
Yeah.
am not going to smoke all
Yeah.
my life.
Wow.
Well, I tried and I tried and
quit.
I tried.
Yeah.
I even went on to a pipe.
To try and
If anybody
stop
out,
the...
yeah. There were the nicotine patches
Yeah,
and
all that.
what's the other things that
There's
they,
loads of stuff now to help you
there
stop.
was none of
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
But it burnt my mouth out trying to get in, used to a pipe. But I stuck it.
Yeah.
But I still wanted to come off it.
Yeah.
So I just wanted, was it your temple is your body is a temple of
That's
the Holy
right.
Spirit.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got that. So I wanted to stop all these things.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I got saved
Wow.
and asked God to help me
Wow.
that I did it.
That's
you know.
amazing.
So there were lots of things of
That's
my old
incredible.
life
That's incredible, really. Isn't it? Yeah.
that I knew straight away
Yeah.
I had to stop doing.
Yeah. So there's obviously lots of very practical things that changed within you when you. So all of that sort of behaviour, the smoking, the drinking, the getting drunk, all that sort of stuff. It just sort of.
Yeah, and more, but I'll
yeah.
just leave it at
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And was there anything about your own would you say there was anything in your character or in your how you, not just those very practical things, but within you, what happened?
I had a quick temper.
Right.
A quick temper.
I can't believe that, Tony. I can't believe that.
Well, to say I played rugby
Yeah.
and to confess that I got sent off, I got the red card
Yeah.
for fighting.
Oh.
I can remember a catching a high ball,
Yeah.
and I could see it now and feel the impact when somebody hits you and you've just received the ball and you pass it.
Yeah.
And I can remember going down, turning over, looking, and I saw the number on the back.
You did it, and you remembered it, did you?
And I just got up, forgot about the game, and chased him.
No.
I'm playing rugby
Yeah.
on the pitch, and I just chased him and jumped on him and let him know what he did to me, and it shook me. So, I had a bad temper, quick temper.
Yeah.
I suppose that says a lot about
And
me.
that changed. That all changed.
Yeah. Not straight away.
No, but on the journey.
Yeah.
On the journey.
But,
Yeah. How was just before we move on to a song, how has your relationship since, how many years ago are we talking about that moment when you gave your life to Jesus?
I was trying to, it's got to be 50.
50?
50 plus.
50 plus.
I would say at the top 58
Yeah.
or 56.
Wow.
I'm 80 now.
Yeah. I can't believe that either, by the way.
I've had that said to me long. I've just been to doctors.
And what did he say?
Yeah.
You're not.
I've just, yeah.
You're not, are you?
Yeah.
Well, it's my favourite game. I don't know if everybody knows it. It's my favourite game to play at Destiny. You know, if there's a newcomer and they just start to get to know and they're talking about the worship band, and I always go, you never guess how old Tony Hill is, because they obviously see you worshipping and leading worship, and as on this last Sunday, dancing around the stage. And my favourite game is to play Guess the Age with Tony, because they never, I don't know, is he 60, 62? Go, no, keep going.
Yeah.
But honestly,
I can remember Obed coming to me.
Okay, yeah.
And I think everybody will know Obed, who is married now in Manchester, and he came to me. And I thought, who's told you? So it'll be you.
It'll be me.
Yeah.
It'll be me
I
playing
get
the
it all
game.
the time.
I
give God the glory. I
Yeah.
give my younger wife the praise
Come
for
on.
it, to keep me dressed properly.
Keep me dressed.
And I think it's my lifestyle
Yeah.
from when I became a Christian.
Yeah.
If I'd have carried on living the life I was living,
Yeah.
because I did break the law, you wonder where you'd have ended up,
Yeah. We are going to ask you some questions about worship in a minute, because you are a big part of our worship team and have been for a long time.
I love it.
I asked you to pick 2 songs for us to sing and play during this time. Do you want to tell us about the first song you've picked and why you've picked it, and then we'll hear it?
Yeah, it's Graves into Gardens, Brandon Lake.
Yes,
you'll correct me if I'm wrong. Elevation Worship.
It is. Yep.
And when I first heard this song, that you, Pastor Dan, brought here, it's the first line. I've searched the world, but it couldn't fill me. And I can feel myself welling up again now with emotion. That I thought, Tony, that was you.
Yeah.
All that you did in your teenage years and your young adult years, you were seeking life. You what's it all about?
Yeah.
If there isn't a God, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
And all the things I got up to, I was just seeking a reason to be alive.
Yeah.
And so it's that song.
Wow. That's great.
Graves into Gardens.
Come on. That's great. Let's have a listen to it.
I've searched the world, but it couldn't fill me. Man's empty praise, treasures that fade, are never enough, my Lord. Then you came along and put me back together. Now every desire is now satisfied. hearing your love. Oh, there's nothing better than you, Lord. There's nothing better than you, Lord. There's nothing is better than you. I'm not afraid. Show you my weakness, my failures and flaws. Lord, you've seen them all, and you still call me friend. 'Cause the God of the mountain is the God of the valley. There's not a place your mercy and grace won't find me again. Whoa, oh, there's nothing better than you, Lord. There's nothing better than you, Lord. There's nothing is better than you. I know it's true, Lord. There's nothing better than you.
Thank you so much for that, Tony. We're going to hear another song from you in a little while.
Yes,
but
you are.
We've heard a little bit about your testimony, your backstory, your life before you were a Christian, your changes that happened when you became a Christian. And now what we really want to focus on is worship, because that's sort of what tonight is really about.
What we're made for.
This is it, what we're made for. And so I want to really know, when was the first time, and you've maybe answered a little bit of this already, but when was the first time you encountered worship and worship songs, like in a church environment?
Yeah. Well, as I say, I went to Glad Tidings Hall, as it were then, an old Baptist church. And as far as singing, I just sung in the bath, sung in the shower.
I love it,
you know. But my eldest child, Deborah, played the guitar.
Okay.
And so we ended up singing duets.
At church?
At church.
Oh.
And
how old were you that time then? Yeah.
So when my first marriage broke, and I was 2.5 years before met Chris and married. So I'm in my early to late 30s.
Okay. So sort of same age as I am now. That sort of age.
But no, I'm sorry. I'm going back to my early days.
Yeah.
When I've got to admit, looking back, I don't think my first wife was. I just wonder sometimes if she had accepted Christ.
Okay. Yeah.
You know.
Interesting.
Leave it at that.
Yeah.
But it's when Deborah, because they were really on fire.
Yeah.
All my children were, you know.
Yeah.
And we started to sing. And I really thought, you know, we're encouraging. And we used to take secular songs.
Oh, yeah.
For us homework.
And change the words. Oh, I love it.
What is it? You are my bread from the country. It was a country western one, and we sung that, you know.
Brilliant.
And so I thought, we can sing like this. But I realise now that worship, it isn't just something you do on a Sunday.
Yeah.
It isn't something.
But was that your first impression though? When you've because I remember you saying they did lots of hymns.
Oh yeah.
What was your impression of that when you encountered that sort of a church just singing hymns, and what was your thoughts about that?
I can remember thinking, you know, when if you've got a hymn book, that's all you had.
Yeah.
And you're looking, this was by so and so. And it's 18 something.
1890. Yeah. 100 years old song.
I know God's eternal. But why should we be singing? But there were certain hymns.
Okay. That's funny.
It is well with my soul.
Yeah.
I can remember that really speaking to me, you know.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good old classic hymn. Yeah.
What I was going through.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean the story behind it, that the the guy who wrote it, he'd lost his wife and
That's right.
children
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
boat in
Yeah.
the sea,
Yeah.
and yet he can still come out with these,
Yeah.
you know. So I mean, I did welcome then, and I think the first choruses that we sang were all psalms.
Okay. Yeah.
And they were good.
Like what kind of?
Oh, I lift my hands up in your name. Uh, I will enter his gates. It was all psalms
Yeah.
related,
Great.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
But it were good. I
Yeah,
thought,
yeah.
we can sing others than
And
hymns.
did you? When was the first time then that worship sort of really made sense because obviously there's a difference between going to church and singing hymns and, oh yeah, these words are wonderful, these words are great and they mean something to me. But when was that first sort of time when worship started to make sense does that make sense as a question? Like that feeling of, oh, I sort of get what this is for,
Yeah. So I've got to go back to it's when I became part of this church.
Right, okay. Yeah.
And I realised that this is what we were made for.
Wow.
This
yeah.
is what
Yeah.
God created animals. He created the creation.
Yeah.
But then when he created us in his image,
Yeah, that's right.
to his likeness.
Yeah.
And the main thing is we've got a free will.
Yeah.
The animals, there's no other being, it's just humans.
That's right.
Have a free will. And it was when I realised that I want my will.
Wow.
To be for him.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I realised what worship meant. And I realised that it's not something you just do on a Sunday, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, personally, I've come to the point now where I start the day with him.
Great.
And I learnt this off a preacher.
Yeah.
That get up on a morning, I ask the Lord, I get my breakfast ready and ask the Lord, what song do you want me to sing to you today?
That's great. That's great. Do you know, I can imagine you wandering around your house and you
sing that.
Yeah.
And then, well, I never want to just have a shopping list.
No, of course not. No.
But I always want to honour him, the start of the day.
Yeah.
And then I think the Bible talks about pray continually.
Yeah.
And I think initially you think, oh, do I have to be on my knees all day long? Do I have to be with my hands together? You know, but no, it's to be constantly in touch with your Maker.
And I liked what you said earlier about how you have learnt and you picked up just that almost very casual way of just talking to him wherever you are, whatever you do. And I think that is what it means. You're right. It's not get on your knees then, you never get anything done. You never go to work because you're on your knees praying continually. Yeah. Actually, I think it is how you described it earlier about that, just like we're chatting now.
Yeah,
I chat to my Father in heaven and, and sing as well.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, it says there in Genesis 1, he came and in the cool of the day, he walked and he talked with Adam and Eve.
Yeah, that's great.
That's how it was meant to be.
That's right, yeah.
That's what by his grace.
Yeah.
And I'm amazed when the Bible says Christ was crucified before the foundation of the world.
Yeah.
That makes you realise that you're coming into the presence and getting to know a God that is awesome.
That's right, yeah.
When scientists can say there's billions and billions of years,
Yeah.
But long before
anything.
That's right. Got all this in place.
That's right. So you've obviously described, you had obviously a moment, you came to what, I guess it wasn't destiny at that point, was it? Was it before destiny name that you arrived at?
We became City Church.
City Church. So you arrived at City, and you had a little bit more of a sort of an awakening, I'd say, about worship.
Yeah.
So obviously since then, there's been a lot of years in between that.
Oh, yeah.
Has your, and I want you to think about congregational worship now. So yes, we've got our individual everyday life is worship. Has that being together as a church body, has that changed for you in any way since that first moment, oh, this is what worship is, till 2025? Do you feel like your feeling towards it has changed or your thoughts towards it has changed at all?
I can see now, and yourself encourages us this way,
Yeah.
that especially when you're chosen to be on the rota that week, to be on the platform
Yeah.
singing, that one of the main things that you're doing is to give a chance for the congregation to enter into worship.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, because I don't think worship, I don't know what group it is, Quakers perhaps, they just sit quiet.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and I think worship is to be expressed.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, because the Bible talks, clap your hands, raise
Yeah,
your
that's
hand,
right, yeah.
play your instrument, play this. So worship has got to be
Yeah.
expressed.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't just sit there and...
Yeah.
I don't think so. So now, I think worship, for me, and worship is wonderful now.
Yeah.
If I can just say on Sunday, when I was sat there on the front after doing part of the worship, and sat down and listening on what God's doing with this church that I'm a member of,
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought, wow,
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm part of this church. I'm glad I don't know what the other church is doing, but I'm glad I'm where I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
And knowing the song that was coming up,
Praise.
praise, thinking of King David, the king
Yeah.
started to dance before you, Lord.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
yeah, yeah.
just look at him showing
Yeah.
himself up. I thought, I want to dance before you when I'm going back up there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
yeah.
want it to be of myself. So if it is,
Yeah.
get the thought out
Tell
of
me
my
now,
heart.
yeah.
But no, I got up, we started, and I just had to put the
Yeah.
take me.
I could see you out the corner of my eye, because obviously I'm starting the song and getting the music going, and I can just see you out the corner of my eye across the stage, and I'm thinking, I'm sure Tony Hill's putting his microphone down and he's taking his ears out. Oh, there must be some sort of an emergency, or, you know, he's had a phone call from Christine or something, or, you know, and then I realised, then you just started dancing, and I was like, I was greatly encouraged by that.
Right.
And I think when, like you say, oh, am I going to look a bit of a fool? Actually, when God tells you to do something, sometimes you do look a bit of a fool. But you will have encouraged loads of people as well in the congregation at that moment. And I was blessed by you.
Thank you.
Putting your microphone down and dancing on
I
Sunday.
think
It was great.
the Bible does talk about being fools for Christ.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So it wasn't that as much as I don't want anybody
Yeah.
to entertain the thought that I'm showing off.
Yeah.
Look at me, I've fallen in the garden.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be in a chair. I thought I
Forever.
would never walk again.
Yeah.
And
I'm
here I
going
am.
to dance.
Here I am
Absolutely,
dancing.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
100% knows that I just wanted to express
Yeah.
my joy,
Yeah, that's great.
my appreciation
Absolutely, yeah.
for what you've done for this church, what you've done for me.
Yeah.
And that's how I wanted to
great.
express it.
Yeah, that's
you know.
great. Yeah, and I
'Cause
guess...
I've got to admit, when I was younger, going to dances, and I did win prizes.
Did you now?
Yes.
Oh, I
yeah.
see, yes.
I'm not bragging.
Not bragging.
So I just got the rhythm in my body to do all these dances, you know.
I love it. Well, I can say, and I'm going to embarrass you now, you are one of the most genuine worshippers that I've had the privilege to know. And me and Lucy always have a little bit of a laugh because we say, when I grow up, I want to be like Tony Hill, you know, and we always say that.
That's great.
And you know, there has been times when, particularly, I'm thinking of somebody who's not in church anymore, not for a lot of years, but they came to me, and I don't know if you know this, and they said, Tony, you need to stop him worshiping because he's just so... And it's the only person I've ever heard say this, ever. So don't think this is what everybody thinks. Oh, you need to stop him worship leading because he's just so, you know, about himself with it and things. And I stopped them in their tracks. They don't come to church, and I think it's because of this. And I said, you don't know Tony Hill at all if you're saying that. Tony Hill is the most genuine... The only thing he is bothered about on that stage is worshipping God. He is the most selfless. He's thinking of himself the least out of us all, I'm sure. You know, and actually, I at some point during this interview, I wanted to encourage you to say, that is what you are, you know, and that shines through to everybody. And even when you're dancing and when you're leading worship, we all know you have a very sincere, humble heart about what it is that you're doing, you know, and I really felt defensive of you in that moment because I knew that was so far away from the truth, and actually it was their heart that was wrong in it, and it was their perception that was wrong in it.
I think that
you
was
know,
it.
And I felt very defensive of you, and I sort of went, well, stop them in their tracks, and it was one of the only moments I've got very angry in church, you know, going, actually, you're completely wrong. This is who Tony Hill is, you know, and worship is just who you are, you know.
If I can just add to that, I can go back, and I'm going back before I started at Destiny and City Church, that used to go away to these camps, and I can remember a guy doing a workshop.
Okay.
And he said, once you get up to give your testimony or do anything, it's so easy to just say, I did this and I did that.
Yeah.
And if you don't watch it, you know, you'll let people think you're glorying.
That's right.
In what you used to be and what you used to do.
That's right. Yeah.
And so I do try and avoid that, you know.
Absolutely.
But I'm 101% out to give God the glory.
That's right.
When I get on platform,
and I know it.
And every moment of every day.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know.
Yeah. Has worship ever helped you in a time of difficulty as well? Because obviously it's great dancing and it's great looking like everything's good. But has there ever been a challenge and worship has actually helped in that moment?
You don't think you can pray again?
Yeah.
You know, I don't feel I can talk to God. You know, the heavens are brass. You know, nothing's getting through. You know, why am I in this situation?
Yeah.
But then I went upstairs.
Okay.
I'm going upstairs to pray. I went into the front bedroom.
Yeah.
Knelt down and I prayed that prayer.
Yeah.
Jehoshaphat prayer.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm going to do, Lord.
Yeah.
But my eyes, I'm keeping them on you.
Yeah.
And I can say that was definitely, and I've learned from that.
Yeah.
That whatever difficulty you're in,
yeah,
then you can come to church.
Yeah.
And you can say, right, Lord, I'm going through this.
You can be honest with him.
Yeah.
Which I think people don't feel like they should be or can be, you know.
I think that I always go back to the meeting of the Samaritan woman at the well.
Yeah.
When Jesus meets her, they have this discussion, and you realise then that God knows all about you. When you've said right,
He knows it.
Yeah,
he already knows.
So many marriages, and this man you were living with now, you're not married to. You know, and a mouth must have dropped. You know, and then they're going to worship not here, not there. They're going to worship wherever.
In spirit and truth,
Worship in spirit and in truth.
Yeah.
And I think that really, I interpret that as, you know, if your spirit's dead, you can't worship him.
Yeah.
Because how are you going to get through? You know, you're dead. It can challenge, the Holy Spirit can.
How are you going to get through?
You. Yeah.
Like on the
so
phone,
first of all, you've got to come to Christ.
That's right. Yeah.
And you've got to let him into your heart.
Yeah.
And then truth to me is being honest with him.
Yeah. I guess lots of people have the very similar testimony to you of when it's tough, I find it hard to worship, you know, and but I know from testimonies at church, there's some people who would go through really hard times, and they actually find that coming and giving God praise just helps.
I think
lots of things, you know. Would you?
I think
agree
I can
with
say
that?
amen to that.
Yeah.
I can see. I think I've already made account to it that all the difficulties that I went through all those years ago.
Yeah.
I look back, and they've made me what I am today.
Yeah.
I know there's people in the same situation that why God have you and just fallen out with him and gone their own separate way. And turn the
You've
back
got
on
a
him.
choice then, haven't you?
Yeah.
In a challenge,
Turn
you've
the
got a
back on
choice to come to him or go the opposite direction.
Gone off in a different direction.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that I didn't let these fiery darts that the enemy, because I think in boxing it's Queensberry rules. You know, you've got, if somebody's down, you know, you can't go in and kick them, or, you know. But that's what the devil does.
Oh, he's
that's
not
what
bothered.
Our enemy does.
He's trying to get rid of you. Yeah.
Then in my lowest times, he gave me all sorts of darts.
Yeah.
That if I'd have carried them through,
Yeah.
my life would have been just about
yeah.
over.
Yeah.
But no, I resisted those darts to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Until that day when I thought, no, Lord, you haven't brought this about.
No, I need to
I
push
need
in
to
again.
really rededicate my life.
We sing that in Praise, the song that we were singing on Sunday that we've just been talking about. There is a line that says, "Praise is a weapon." It's more than a sound, and that just when you've been saying that, that's exactly how it feels. I think is that I'm actually gonna make myself do this because it's a weapon, and it's gonna help me through this moment as well.
Spiritual warfare.
Speaking of worship songs, Mr. Hill, you have chosen a second song for us this evening.
Yeah.
Can you tell us why you've chosen this song, and then we'll have a listen?
Yeah. Well, it's always been a favourite, right back to having my parents with us. I think I said this before in one interview that my mum died, then my father lived 4 years, and he liked the hymn, "All the Way My Saviour Leads Me."
Great.
And at his funeral, my first pastor who helped me through difficult times said, "Would you like to sing at his funeral?"
Oh.
And I thought about it, and I thought, yes, I do.
Yeah.
And I can remember now, it's just come to me that the funeral director, I don't know who they were at the time, come to me and says, "Are you the son of the person who's..." I says, "Oh, yeah, youngest of..." I've never been in a... It to him,
Yeah.
seeing the son
Yeah.
who lost his father,
Yeah.
able to get up and sing.
I mean, yeah.
Because it was his favourite, and I just wanted to honour my father in God's presence.
Yeah.
And I hadn't volunteered.
Yeah.
It was the pastor who
Somebody
asked me
had
to...
sort of asked you to do it. Yeah.
So
that song was a meaningful one already.
And then, what was his name? It'll come to me in a minute. He changed it.
Okay.
And added a little chorus to it. Changed the melody.
Aha.
Anyway, I'm sure I'll remember it afterwards.
Yeah.
And started to sing it. But because now, I'm in the years of my life where I've got more years behind me.
Yeah.
And I acknowledge that.
Yeah.
And fewer in front of me.
Yeah.
And so I can look back.
Yeah.
And I can see many, many, many instances where God has directed me, where God has led me.
Yeah.
That's what He's promised to be. He's promised to, I think it's Proverbs 3, 5 and 6.
Yeah.
Trust in the Lord.
With all your heart.
With all your heart. Don't lean on your own understanding.
That's right.
In all of your ways, acknowledge Him. And He will direct your path.
Yeah.
And that's why this means a lot to me.
That's
and
great.
always will be.
That's
because
great.
He's directed me through
Come on.
all these years.
Come on. That's great. Let's have a listen to that now.
To ask beside, can I doubt His tender mercy, who through life has been my guide, heavenly peace, divinest comfort, here by faith in Him to dwell. For I know whatever befalls me, Jesus always does all things well. All that I am, all that I have, all that I'm going to be, giver of life, giver of hope, I owe it all to you. All that I am, all that I have, all that I'm going to be, giver of life, giver of hope, I owe it all to you. Hallelujah. All the way my Savior leads me. Oh, the fullness of His love, perfect rest to me is promised in my Father's house above. When my spirit clothed immortal wings its flight to realms of days, this my song through endless ages. Jesus, always, always, always let me all the way, all that I am, all that I have, all that I'm going to be. Giver of life, giver of hope, I owe it all to you. All that I am, all that I have, all that I'm going to be. Giver of life, giver of hope, I owe it all to you. Thank you, Lord. I owe it all to you.
Thank you so much, Tony. You always sing wonderfully, and I'm sure everybody who's watching has been encouraged by those words. Yeah. I've got two little questions before we leave.
Oh,
are you ready? Have you had a good time?
Oh, wonderful.
I hope so.
I didn't think I'd enjoy it as much.
I know you were nervous.
I was so nervous yesterday when I went to bed.
Yeah. I told you it'd be fine.
Yeah. So, no, it's been great.
Good. I'm really glad. Here's a good question, because here's something that we are really trying to do with the worship team. Obviously, you've been in the worship team a lot longer than I have. I'm a recent person compared to you at Destiny. But one thing we always want to do is encourage our congregation to worship. That is what we feel like our role is. That's what we're there for as the band and as the tech guys and as a worship leader like yourself. So my question is, if there's people watching who maybe have been coming to church, or they go to a church, but they've been a bit apprehensive about maybe singing, or maybe they're apprehensive about lifting their hands, what would you say to them? How would you encourage somebody now? Pretend they're here in the room and they're saying, oh, I'm a bit nervous about it, and I'm a bit scared about it. What would you say?
Well, I would say, first of all, if you love the Lord, like I did all those years ago and still do, thank Him, then you need to take that step whereby if it's something like, I'm too nervous, what's people going to think about me, you've got to deal with it. You're there in the presence of God. And one day, you're going to be in the presence of God. You're going to see Him.
That's right, yeah.
Well, it says when we see Him, we shall be like Him.
That's it.
Oh, and that's awesome.
And we're just going to worship Him.
Oh, yeah. So get ready. I'm rugby.
Yeah.
And I now like to watch rugby on the television.
Yeah.
You see more of it. But whatever in your whatever in your life gets you to do something, and there will be something that'll make you lift your yes, with me.
When Wakefield score a try.
Yes. So you can take God out of it. That is what I'll do if they score.
Yeah.
But now God
and I think anybody would.
Yeah.
Is the reality.
If there's something in your life that you can suddenly show this outward expression.
Yeah.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, then you can do it for God.
Yeah.
You can do it for God.
You can do it for God.
Absolutely.
Why is it all right
That's so
in the
true.
world
That's so
and not
true.
all right in church?
I like that.
Or not in right...
Yeah.
Because when we get to heaven,
Yeah.
you don't want to be getting to heaven and think, How do you clap your hands? How do you lift your, how do you do this?
Yeah, that's
you know?
right. Yeah. That's so true.
Yeah.
That's great.
So just take that step.
Yeah. Tony, thank you very much. I've got one more question for you just
All
before
right.
we go. We want to obviously pray for you. How, going forward in your journey, how could people pray for you in their house, whatever they're doing tonight? How could they pray for you going forward?
Well, at my age, 80, keep me, pray for my health.
Yeah.
Pray that I don't climb any more ladders in the garden if you know what happened. Chris is on to me all the time.
I'm glad. Yeah.
The things that I'd been doing last year, I'd been on the roof of the house. I wouldn't have been here.
No.
So you can pray that
Health.
Yeah. Keep my life in order.
Yeah.
Realise how old I am.
Yeah.
And just pray that I keep loving,
Yeah.
honouring God in the way I am.
Yeah.
And keep me on this journey
Yeah.
with as long as I can sing.
Yep.
And be part of the worship band.
We'll have you.
That'll be absolutely great.
Yeah, that's great.
So just keep praying that I'll keep going on as I am doing.
Yeah, that's great. Tony, thank you very, very much. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in this evening. I hope you've been blessed by Tony's testimony. I know that I have. I hope you've been blessed by the songs he's chosen and our discussions about worship. We want to encourage you. We want Destiny to be a worshipping church.
Amen.
And we want you, if you're feeling nervous about it or if you're singing but you haven't got to that moment where you maybe feel like you can lift your hands, just feel free. And as Tony said to us this evening, just take that step. It's only going to be a good thing. So we want to encourage you to do that. We'll see you on Sunday, everybody. Goodbye. We'll see you soon. Thank you.